Ni hao! We are Maui and Trizzy. After 2 magical nights at Shanghai Disney and the Toy Story Hotel, we transferred our way to the city. Disney's on the east side of Shanghai in a town called Pudong. For about an hour, we rode 2 subway trains and a public bus to get to our hotel along the Bund. Luckily, the Alipay app made paying for public transportation easy with the tap of your phone. What was not easy was dragging our large luggage during transit. This seems to be an ongoing theme during our adventures. From our last bus drop-off, we walked another 10 minutes to get to our hotel, the Hotel Indigo Shanghai on the Bund. The lobby was dim, but welcoming with an indoor pond filled with koi fishes. We excitedly made our way to the room in hopes to rest for a bit from transiting. Once we opened the door, we were beyond impressed. I'm about to give you guys a room tour of our hotel in Shanghai City. Alright, this is our room.
Look at that carpet!
The window was the entire wall, giving the room natural lighting and a partial view of the Shanghai cityscape. The decor of the room was a modern vibe mixed in with some traditional Chinese style. 2 beds.
Look at the lamp! The wallpaper. So cool.
We also have a walk-in closet. Amenities included the typical fridge, coffee and tea, safe box, bath products, and more. What seemed to be the highlight was the shower, bath, and especially the bidet.
Wow! Right? Look at
TV. You just chill and watch TV here?
It's a TV. 2 shower heads down here. Another one up there. Double vanity.
You think the toilet is grand? Like it's a gold toilet?
I don't know. I thought the shower would be here. Whoa!
We knew there was more to this hotel than just our amazing room. So we decided to check out the fitness center and indoor swimming pool. The views were of the Shanghai Bund, with cargo ships cruising along the river. We got our first glimpse of the tallest building in China, the Shanghai Tower. In the obstructed distance was the famous Oriental Pearl TV tower. Seeing the skyscrapers in the daytime was cool, but we knew that it would be insanely radiant in the night. So as we waited for the evening to come, we killed some time in the pool. The area was soundless, with no background music playing. I, Trizzy, was the only one in the water, accompanied by 2 lifeguards and 1 maintenance person. Not much time was spent here in the pool, since we needed our afternoon nap before heading out to the Shanghai Old Street. When the sun had set, we left the hotel to visit the Shanghai Old Street. It was less than a 10-minute walk through a quiet and dim alley. It eventually flipped a switch and became loud and colorful as we got closer to the Old Street. This landmark stands out from its modern surroundings. The traditional ancient Chinese architecture has retained its look of the past with occasional restorations. This bustling section of Shanghai involves retail shops, restaurants, food courts, specialty stores, pop-up art installs, and several types of businesses. We decided to go with the food court in the Old Street for dinner. To be honest, our meal, I feel like it's a little bit more on the higher end side, and it could be because it is a very, very touristy attraction, so prices are heightened a little bit, but the food looks great, so there's a straw, goes to the middle.
Ooh, soupy.
Got this pan-fried pork, unfortunately crab meat in here as well. It's cold. The Old Street stretches about 825 meters long, so after dinner, we spent more time walking around fancying the red and gold accents. Because of how the area shines at night, it can get more populated in the evening. On one of the bordering streets was a long strip of separate vendors, similar to a street food night market, but with the entertainment of cats from a cat cafe. Since the night was chilly, we were craving something warm. Behold, a new discovery and flavor to our tea palette from a popular China and Malaysia franchise, Chagi. The beverage that kept us warm and wanting more was the Hong Pao milk tea. It's a type of roasted oolong tea with the strong floral aroma of orchids.
Love it.
Our taste buds have never met this type of floral flavor before. And speaking of flowers, since we visited Shanghai during the spring, the Old Street displayed gorgeous flower light installations in the pond. We situated ourselves in the bridge to closely view the radiating artwork. To cap off our arrival day, we took a short stroll along the Bund to continue the evening with more vibrancy from the notorious Shanghai skyline. Good night to day 1 for an eventful day 2. Since our trip to China involves me racing a half marathon on the Great Wall of China, my morning in Shanghai began with a tranquil yoga session in the hotel room to keep my body limber during race day. Once Maui woke up, we hit the ground running. Or should we say, biking. Through the Alipay app, we rented a city bike to get us to our first stop of the day. You might recognize this place from the prior evening, but we wanted to check out Shanghai Old Street in the morning without crowds. On our leisurely stroll, we came across locals practicing Taichi in the middle of the plaza. Although it was nice to experience an empty Old Street in the day, we can see why the evening is where it carries most of its charm. We hopped back on our bikes to explore more of the city, cycling to arrive at the serene People's Park, adjacent to the People's Square. We were stunned by the pond's reflection of the park mixed with tall buildings in the background. The scenery was lush with bright green grass and trees, one with blooming cherry blossoms. You wouldn't be able to tell that this place was once a horse racing track. We continued walking to admire the grand architecture of the Shanghai Museum. It's free to visit with an online reservation and valid ID. We didn't go in. Instead, we caught different angles of the museum from the People's Square. The square is known to have more people gathering in the area, but we observed it without it since it was the morning. Our next stop we visited was the Huaihai Park, a popular and relaxing green space for locals and non-locals to hang out at. Aside from seeing more gorgeous trees and flowers, we witnessed several groups and individuals practicing different forms of Tai Chi, some involving folding hand fans, swords, and handkerchiefs. Music and dance was also part of the group exercises. The energy was inspiring, and as much as we wanted to stay and partake in this healthy lifestyle, it was time to feed ourselves. Down the street was a small stall nestled in a narrow alley with our morning delight, Jian, an omelette crepe and one of the most popular Chinese street foods. If you caught our Beijing video, then you know how much we love our jiangbings. Instead of the thin, crispy sheet of crunchy goodness, this jiangbing included a Chinese donut stick, youtiao.
Whatever sauce they put in here.
Salt.
They put that brown sauce in there.
I like the sauce.
We shared the jiangbing because we knew we were going to order another mouth-watering snack. We wish we knew the name of this, but it's basically like egg and green onions sandwiched between layers of fried and flaky wonton skin. Our morning snacks were truly appetizing, and to complement our savory bites, we walked a few blocks down to Shanghai's Starbucks Reserve Roastery on Nanjing Road. This is one of 6 Reserve Roasteries in the world. It was once the largest, but now it's the Chicago, Illinois location. Shanghai's Reserve Roastery is still impressive, with a coffee, tea, food, and bar experience. When we walked in, we were met with a robot server and a strong scent of, well, coffee. Batches of coffee beans were being transferred through the transparent pipes, routing to the roaster where visitors watched the beans spill out in amusement. People were there to work, and many there to indulge in the food and beverage offerings. We grabbed a menu and proceeded to order. For Maui, she drank the Shanghai Nostalgia, an espresso with peanut nougat flavored sauce, peanut mousse, and crushed almonds.
We got this flowering peach tea. We got the instructions in the bag.
Starting to bloom.
We shared a slice of pistachio cake to wrap up our time at Starbucks. The essential feeling of the past few hours provided us the energy to finish off our last few stops of the day. From the roastery at Nanjing Road, we took the subway to the Jade Buddha Temple. This temple houses 2 large Jade Buddhas and the largest collection of rare, ancient Buddhist scriptures. We paid about $3 per person to enter the temple. It was decorative with red lanterns and golden shrines. The temple welcomed those who wished to pray. Towards the back area were people burning incense for gratitude. The burning of other items are to be sent to those in the afterlife. During our short time at the temple, monks gathered to pray and chant. As we made our way to another subway station, we stopped in for a quick dessert that caught our attention. Something called a dorayaki pancake.
It's black sesame.
Oh, there's a thing in the middle.
Yeah, it's like more black sesame. My curiosity led me to a free sample of this hojicha ice cream. Or I should say gelato. There is a difference.
With no more food distractions in our way, we hopped back on the subway to head to our next temple, the Jing'an Temple. This is the oldest Buddhist temple in the lower Changjiang River region, and it's located next to a mall. The admission was about $4 per person. You can participate in throwing coins in a tall pot at the center of the main courtyard. Getting your coin inside the pot is for good luck.
I went to the other side.
Incense are available to purchase and can be used all around the temple. The Jing'an Temple stands out from its ancient look amongst the modern structures of tall buildings and a shopping mall surrounding it. We felt like we went back in time stepping foot here. Before we went back to the hotel to rest for our evening plans, we hit up one last stop. It's the Tianzifang neighborhood. It's a popular tourist attraction with well-preserved shops in its original form within maze-like alleys. People come here to shop, eat, and view the Shikuman architecture. There wasn't a subway station that'll get us back to our hotel on the Bund, so we took the public bus. We went straight to the bath to soak our feet when we got back to the room. The hotel provided some bath salts for us, and we got to rest our little piggies from an active day. We decided to go up to our hotel's rooftop bar to redeem our welcome drinks. The evening was gloomy, gray, and cold, but the view was striking. The Shanghai Bund is about 1.6 miles long, known to be the city's most famous mile for its symbolism of development and prosperity over the years. We walked along the Bund to cherish the skyline once again, but to make our way over to the busy, popular commercial street, Nanjing Road. As we got closer to the street, we saw the abundance of people. It was chaos from afar. But once you're in the mess, it doesn't feel as bad. Nanjing Road is the first shopping street in the city. Many department stores from luxury brands to small shops occupy this busy street. Souvenir shopping can be done here out of convenience, but just know prices are marked up.
I'm hungry. Don't you worry.
To avoid getting to Maui's hangry level, we stopped at a soup dumpling place. We wanted to walk around to see what else there was to eat and came across a shopping mall with noodle soup dishes. Hifu noodles kept us warm from the chilly night. And to help us continue to stay warm, we got some tea at Ha Cha Fu in the same mall. The quality of the tea was exceptional, and the design and the quality of the cups were too beautiful and sturdy to just toss away. So we kept it and brought it all the way home with us.
Not too sweet.
If you want to avoid walking the Nanjing Road strip, there's a paid option to take a mini train instead. We didn't walk the entire 3.5-mile long shopping street. We made our way back to the Bund and caught another glimpse of the skyline with the dazzling Oriental Pearl TV tower. At sunrise, I woke up to do some stretches along the Bund. There were less people, but surprisingly, a lot of them were up and exercising with the same idea. The sunrise was not visible due to the morning overcast, but it still provided a unique look to the Shanghai skyline. When I got back to the room, it was time for breakfast at the Kuei restaurant in the hotel. We learned too late that our room included daily complimentary breakfast, so we missed the buffet the day prior. Which is fine, because we had our Jianbing instead. This breakfast buffet offered the typical Western-style eggs, bacon, and potatoes, and the traditional Chinese pot stickers, shumai, and others. We sat and ate our breakfast with our last view of the skyline since today is our last day in Shanghai. We'll be returning to Beijing via the 4-hour bullet train. The rain was coming down hard when it was time to leave, and since the Shanghai Hongqiao train station would take several buses and trains to get to, we decided to try out China's rideshare Didi for the first time. From our hotel, the drive was about an hour with a bit of traffic. The train station and the airport are conveniently next to each other. That sadly ends our time in Shanghai. We spent a total of 5 days split between Shanghai City and Shanghai Disney Resort. So if you want to check out how we adventured around Disneyland, we'll leave the video link in the description, along with our time in Beijing. We do want to leave you with a few tips if you're planning to visit China, specifically Shanghai. Before heading to China, everyone needs to have an approved visa. You'll start with the COVA form, China Online Visa Application, which we'll link in the description. The visa costs $140 USD. It's good for 10 years and multiple entries. Download these apps to use: WeChat, Alipay, Explore Shanghai, Apple Maps, and a good translator app. WeChat and Alipay are widely used for paying almost everything. We prefer Alipay more because it has an in-app translator versus WeChat, which only displays in Chinese. The only way any social media apps, maps, or internet resources will work in China is if you have a VPN. We purchased ours with Holafly. They give you an extremely reliable network with an eSIM with unlimited data, and VPN is included. We spent $50 for 16 days, and if you're interested in purchasing with Holafly, we have a 5% discount link in the description. Along with packing, since we went in April, the springtime gave us comfortable warm weather during the day and partially chilly at night. We packed light clothing like shorts, t-shirts, but also had light jackets for when the temperature drops. If you're planning to take a bullet train to get to and from Shanghai, buy your train tickets in advance. Thank you for watching Maui and Trizzy. Don't forget to subscribe and get notified for our China adventures and beyond. 谢谢。